So we are back again. This is a fresh new week. Today I've started a bit late. I was to do it in the morning and probably even have another second session in the afternoon, but I was a bit caught up. So this is the time I have available. So welcome to opBNB and HeartforKids. Now, I believe today we don't have much to talk about except just creating or just pushing the campaign and the awareness even further, because opBNB is empowering Africa in a big way. opBNB is coming to empower Africa in a big way. So we're using a blockchain-based platform to consolidate people together, or to bring people and communities together for them to gift each other money. In local terms, tunaitanga chama. And I believe my fellow brothers and sisters from Kenya would agree to the same, because it is like an official banking system, right? So opBNB is actually very much similar, except now everything is done peer-to-peer. There's no central system. We have no admin, we have no chair, we have no treasurer or secretary of any sort. When people come here to join or to contribute, people use, or we participate using what we call Web3 wallets. An example of a Web3 wallet can be a Trust wallet, MetaMask wallet, SafePal, and many others. Token Pocket, like the one I'm using, and many more. Now, through these wallets, we have what we call DeFi, or Decentralized Application, or dApps. Now, dApps is what now allows platforms, DeFi platforms such as the one we're using, opBNB, to be able, to be accessed by individuals from anywhere in the world without any control, without any form of control. Because Web3 is basically a decentralized internet. It's the next version or the future of decentralization, which is also taking part through blockchain technology. Now, the systems we're used to, or the kind of internet we're used to back here at home is, for example, maybe if I can give a good one or a more common one, would be Chrome, or even Mozilla, and many other internet platforms or web service platforms. Now, these platforms are owned by companies, and that means they are centralized. They have owners. But when it comes to Web3 is more of a decentralized platform. That means ownership is now taken back to the people. It is not owned by any specific individual, and therefore power is not centralized. I believe we understand each other to that point. So now we are actually launching a 1.5 million free activation across Africa, with a total allocation of about 7,000 BNB to boost adoption across Kenya and the rest of Africa. So that means once we are able to, garner these BNBs from either sponsors or donors or even investors, I will now be able to push the campaign ahead and do the free activation of 1.5 million Africans across the whole of Africa. So of course I will start with Kenya, being the motherland, as I go spreading out into other countries. Maybe I might, from Kenya I might do Tanzania or Uganda, depending on which one comes first, and which one would be much more favorable or adaptable to opBNB. Because at the same time, adaptability is key, and when you go to speak to people and they have no interest, you cannot further that quest. You look for a more favorable environment, somewhere you're more accepted. Even if you're doing free activation, sometimes not everyone is into that kind of thing. So you do not force people, you let them come organically. In what sense? Sometimes they can even come through referrals or friends who have told them of the benefit they have gained through the free activations for themselves. So basically all we're doing here is creating a decentralized wealth for all Africans. It's financial inclusion in simple terms. So to support this campaign, I have created an Mpesa Till. Instead of now using the common Mpesa mobile number, we can now officially use an Mpesa Till, which would be much easier. And then we also have a Web3 wallet address, but the network must be in opBNB blockchain network. So be very keen when you're sending your campaign donations to the wallet. I will be sharing after I am done with this live. Once I post the videos, I will be posting this in the description box as well, so that you can have a go through on what favors you, whether it's supporting the campaign through the BNB on opBNB network or sending M-Pesa via the till number. Also on the description box, I will have the white paper and the link to access the white paper through your Google Documents. And then you will also have the step-by-step tutorial videos, which you can also use to activate your membership or your participation into RainBNB while you're at home. So the beauty of all this, in other words, is you can do it from anywhere in the world you are. There is no limitation. As long as you have internet access and a smartphone, you're good to go. So that is the main beauty of RainBNB. It is borderless. And the other biggest factor is the decentralization aspect of it. In fact, when you tell people that your money is no longer controlled by anyone, people are very excited and happy about it. But before they can understand how exactly that works, that may take time. And that is why we are doing this campaign, to educate and to raise awareness. Because people are so used to the traditional ways of making money, and they have a lot of limitations, especially with the numbers they can do, and when it comes to the government, right? So they can put a lot of caps on that. So with activations, what the community gets is free activation at no cost at all for them. So all they have to do basically is provide, or rather not just provide, but have a smartphone. And then from there, they'll be guided on how to activate, or rather download a Web3 wallet. They can also check that from the tutorial as well. But as we are on the ground raising and doing the campaign, we will be able to take people through step by step on how to do the whole process from start to finish. So after they have joined, they will now be able to start earning BNB from each user they invite into their community through their links. So even as they do that, they are also joining a growing community that is building wealth in a decentralized way. So remember, here we are using Web3 wallets. We are no longer meeting as the way we were used to, or the way we are used to here, the traditional way rather, because everything now is done digitally using what we call Web3 wallets. You can easily access a Web3 wallet through Play Store. You can download one. Like I said, an example of one would be Token Pocket, Trust Wallet, MetaMask, SafePal, and many others. So now you might be asking yourself, so how valuable are these assets? Well, I can tell you for sure that Binance itself, BNB, is the native or the governance token belonging, or that was not belonging, but that was created by Binance company itself. Binance is the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange. You can actually download the application to access the exchange through either your App Store or your Google Play Store. Now, once you do that, you download the exchange, create your account. Of course, it's a centralized exchange, because for it to become operational, especially in our country, it has to be a licensed exchange. It cannot be a decentralized one because we are also dealing here with fiat currencies. Fiat currencies are centralized. That means it's owned by the government, and you have to be licensed for you to participate or to use local currencies as an exchange. Now, BNB is currently, actually the whole market in general is actually, I wouldn't say it's on a crash, but it's been bearish. In fact, today, Bitcoin has gone below was actually hitting $75,000. And I saw it trying to recover a bit back to $77,000. It may be gaining a bullish momentum, but what people are saying rather is, if you have the money, buy the dip. This is actually the best time to take advantage of the dip. When the market becomes bearish, the value dips, and that is the best time to actually get in and buy the asset, hold it, and wait for the bull run. Now, I believe in the previous videos I was able to mention that Bitcoin is a godfather of cryptocurrencies. We cannot deny that. Now, you can also notice this evidently by looking at the charts or the markets, how they behave, because you will notice that each time the value of Bitcoin goes down, that it also causes a corresponding effect on all the other cryptocurrencies and meme coins and the likes in terms of the declining in the value. But once the prices, or once Bitcoin is on a bull run, you will notice that also the other cryptos are gaining in value. So what does that mean? You have to take very keen note of these assets, especially if you do decide to trade the arbitrage way, where you're buying cheap and selling high. But with things like BNB, actually this would also be the best time for people who would like to fund their own participation into BNB to take advantage of this. You can, if you do not have a Binance exchange or Binance account, download the exchange from your Play Store or App Store. Then create your account. Once you've created it, validate your KYC, and then now you'll be able now to buy and sell crypto assets directly from the platform. Then now you will purchase your BNBs from the Binance exchange, and then transfer it to your external wallet, which is a Web3 wallet. Now make sure that when you're doing the transfer, the network is in opBNB network. That is the only network you will use to transfer the assets to your external Web3 wallet, and from there you will be able now to activate your participation through the link, through my link rather, that I will be able to share after this video in the description box. So it's as simple as that. Now, I have been insisting a lot that you guys should come through for this campaign and be able to support this initiative so that you can take this even further. You have seen that evidently from my profile, how far I've been able to take this single-handedly.